Okay, so this is an arena run that's showing off the power of the Lobster. The Lobster is probably a more confusing unit. I know that like Northern Lion probably didn't understand it at first, but I'll just explain it really quick. It's pretty much a turkey that does not work in battle. So pretty much it's just to buff the units that you get in the shop by +2, +3. And that's a pretty solid buff. It's also one tier earlier than turkey, so it's a tier 4 instead of a tier 5. And yeah, so you just use it to pretty much like buff things in the shop and be able to pivot things easily. So you can get those like tier 5s and tier 6s onto your team with much better stats than what they would be normally. So often the idea is to kind of go for like some cans and stuff, and then just have a couple lobsters on your team, sell most of your team, and then just pivot to the tier 5s and tier 6s with good abilities. And that's kind of the plan around this run. As for the start, I decided to take Jellyfish. I should mention that this is a custom pack. It's mostly just like a pretty standard, good scaling pack that does not have buy sell in it because I get a little bit tired of going with the buy sell meta. So I'd made it a pack that just like doesn't really focus around that, and I think it's more fun. Anyway, decided to pill that spider. There's so many good tier 3s in this pack because, you know, when it's a custom pack, you can pick the tier 3s. So I get a Capybara, and even though it's a 2-2, doesn't really matter. Just going to be able to get those nice little buffs, but nothing too helpful. And a Spider I can take, though the stats are just going to be wasted because I'm just going to pill it right away. And Leech. I'm actually a little surprised to see Leeches in this pack, but maybe I was thinking like Leech Camel is at least kind of fun and still pretty strong. Maybe even Leech Peacock, I don't know. But yeah, so going with this Jellyfish. Didn't find any level ups though, so it might just go. If I happen to find a Clownfish, then okay. I did see a Clownfish, but the sad part is I have to roll in order to actually get the buff stats. And I decide, alright, Jellyfish is just much worse than Clownfish. Clownfish gives double the stats and is generally, I think, a way better unit than Jellyfish. But Jellyfish can definitely work. It's just usually you want to get like level 2 Jellyfish and probably also have Clownfish as well. Go ahead and roll. Now I'm getting +4, +2 on all these units. The Capybara is, I guess, kind of similar to the Lobster. They've got some synergy. You get +2, +1 from the Capybara, and then you get +2, +3 from the Lobster. You can get +2, +1 from the cans. If you want to, you can also still buy turkeys and get +2, +3 from that. You can also buy cats, as you could probably see in the thumbnail, and then it doubles the can buff, which is also very nice. I guess I just decided to take the turtle here, go for level 2 turtle, hopefully get a tier 5 potentially. I think blobfish is in this pack, so when I have blobfish, I generally just kind of keep a pill frozen for as long as possible. I mean, I would like to see cans, but I didn't know that this was going to be a lobster run, so that's why I still have this pill frozen for blobfish. Could level up fish, could level up turtle, would just be very helpful. I could go all in on the capybaras, but compared to lobster, I think it's a much worse unit. Like +2, +1, it's pretty solid, but compared to +2, +3, it's just that's half as many stats. So of course, lobster is just way better. Go ahead and buy the can, and now is when the pivoting starts to start. So as you can see, already got a 12-11 lobster on turn 7. That is way better stats than pretty much anything else you'll find. So, and I'm going to be able to pivot into a whole bunch of good units. I think, yeah, it's just, it honestly might need to be nerfed. I don't know. It seems like it's too strong. I always say that it's better to buff a bunch of random things rather than nerf all the good things. So if the devs just want to do that instead and try to find out what's bad and buff that, that would also be fine by me. So the lobster also works when you pill something, so I get an early ostrich, but that's probably one of the worst possible things to get. Since I don't have any tier 5s or higher unlocked yet, it would make it pretty difficult. The only thing I could do is get level ups and hope to freeze them for +1/+1 a turn. Wouldn't be all that helpful. But yeah, so this team is just set up for pivoting. Level 2 capybara, and then 3 lobster. So +4, +2, and then we get +6, +9. And don't forget the can buffs as well. Whatever I put out there is just going to be absolutely massive. Go ahead and buy that can. Decide to pill the turtle since I'm probably going to be pivoting off of it. And look at all these buffs. So solid 18 lobster. And then I can also combine the lobsters, get an early tier 6. Would you look at that? It's a cat and I have a cow in the shop. Plus, so a 14, 16 cat. It did miss the capybara buff, but That's okay. I mean, I've got a 2020 with Melon on turn 9. You're probably not going to see too many of those unless if there's like a dog. Maybe there's like a leech peacock with like a monkey, penguin. You know, it could get there, but the thing is, I can get those tier 6s just instantly, where they're kind of just stuck with that team. So I'm in a much better position, I would say. So cat can +4/+2. That's perfect. And there's another lobster. So we're going to get the +6/+9, make it a 22/20 just right out the gate. And yeah, I'm just hoping for more cans. The chance of seeing cans isn't super high, but you know, you can always just get lucky, and then you'll have an absolutely massive team. If so, the optimal way to probably do this is to get some leopards on the team and maybe like tiger leopard. That would be kind of the boring way to do it. I mean, it's not really that boring because leopard's super fun, but you do kind of get tired of it if you happen to go like the chicken scaling or like whatever shop scaling and getting them every time. Then I wanted to kind of mix things up, so I decided to go for something a bit different and try to find a tier 6 that I don't really take too often. And whatever it is, it's probably going to be good enough just because we have crazy stats. This team looks fairly strong, but still managed to win that one. Another eagle. I could actually pivot to summons. This is just set up so well for summons. I think like there's some good summons in this pack, but decided to not do that. Got combined the lobsters for a tier 6. It was a tiger. Not really too interested. Now I have double cat though, and for this turn, what? Okay, actually, I thought I was just going to take turtle, but I decided to take alpaca. Now I've got a 2025 alpaca, which means anything that I place is getting that extra experience. And I could even combine the lobsters. I don't know how greedy I would like to get here. Looks like the bear replaced melon, but that's okay. The trades seem to work out. And that bee becomes a 2/2. That's pretty nice. I mean, imagine they had a bee that's a 1/1. That alpaca would just make it so much better. So yeah, there's leopard. If I wanted to win, I would just take leopard here. But I decide I do want to win, but I also don't mind just messing around and having fun, and that involves getting another cat. Would you look at that? So there's another level 2 cat. Got 2 level 2 cats and 2 level 2 lobsters. I'm really hoping to see some cans. I mean, at this point, I get I can't even count. That's 4 times like the stats. Is that like +8 +4? I think so. That would be my guess. Maybe I'm wrong. I shouldn't try to do math on the fly. Soft ice. How many stats would that give? Like it says it's tripled. The cat is kind of misleading because it's not really like they don't multiply onto each other. It's not like I get triple and triple for ×9 stats. It's ×6 stats. So yeah, Spinosaurus was what I was planning on trying out. It gives +3/+2 every time something faints, and it's a 2024. So why not try it out? It just seems like it could be kind of fun. A pair, man, that would give so many stats. I think it's +10/+5 when I have 2 level 2 cats. Yeah, I mean, let's just pretend like I know how to do math. It's simple, right? Okay, level 2 Spinosaurus. And it's another cat. Would you look at that? Do I take it? I was really hoping to find a pair. I think to synergize with the Spinosaurus, I decided to go with the eagle. That way I get an extra trigger. I mean, it's +6/+4. Those are some serious stats. Yeah, +8/+8 from this cat. So it would be +10/+10 if we had 2 level 2s, I think. And we got a 4250 lobster. Okay, tiger bee, interesting. Getting that extra 1/1 spawn. And then they have an aardvark in the back, but not going to be able to compete. And there we go. There's 10 wins. So a little bit of a disappointing finish. I feel like that happens a lot in, towards the end of the runs. I'm hoping for like the perfect finish, but that's hard to get when you only have 10 wins available. But yeah, it shows off the power lobster. Try it out for yourself. It's really good. Thanks for watching. See ya.